Hi, I'm Jane. I'm a social worker and a yoga facilitator in the School of Trauma Cooperative Yoga. Welcome to this moment. Today I'm inspired to talk about a topic called becoming the observer. And I have in my office an O that is behind me for my clients to see and for me to see through the screen, O for observer. At any given moment in time, my friends, there's so much value in becoming aware of ourselves so that we can build agency or mastery of any given moment. So I'm putting my hand behind me as I become aware that I am sitting here doing this video for you right now. I'm noticing my breath, I'm noticing my buttocks on the block, I'm noticing that I'm straightening my spine, and the invitation, as always, is for you to begin to notice yourself in this moment. We begin to notice ourselves in any given moment so we don't get swept away. As I witness or observe myself, as you witness and observe yourself, we can keep our activation in what we call our window of tolerance. So 1 through 10, we want to start observing in the lower part of our scale. Because when it gets up here, and we can observe, but the higher we get, the more difficult it is to access this part of the brain. The prefrontal cortex, which is our executive function, is how we notice. And when the back of the brain or the reptilian brain or the amygdala floods our brain, we become our experience. And what we're looking to do is observe our experience. Because with witness of our experience, we have discernment. We can choose the next right thing to do versus doing something out of being swept away in our emotions. At any given moment, we want to consider thoughts, feelings, and sensations. In thoughts, very simply, we want to just say to ourselves, just thought. If I say to myself, I'm an awful person, I want to be able to say, wow, just thought. Take a breath and recognize that there's no truth to that. Where the hiccup is that if I've behaved in a way that I don't feel good about, that thought might actually work. So what we want to do with thoughts is, okay, thank you, thought. It's not helpful. I know what I need to do. So I'm taking a really dense topic once again and trying to make sense of it for me and for you. So we want to look at our thoughts as just thoughts. Again, if they creep up as truths, we really want to evaluate, is this really true? Letting thoughts go is a hard thing to do, and we can do it. In a last video, we talked about how chanting can really help us not focus on discursive thinking or negative thinking. Becoming aware of our thoughts. When we become aware of our thoughts, we can also build our relationship to our feeling self. Because feelings sort of come naturally. They're a part of the human experience. If I am thinking negative thoughts, I will feel badly. And that's different, right? Because I'm getting sucked into a story of negativity and I will feel badly. So as I become the witness of myself, I don't have to buy into that storyline. At any given moment in time with feelings, as usual, we want to bring compassion. So if I'm feeling sad, I want to be able to say, and this is not easy because sadness can envelop us, but at any moment, as we develop the capacity to witness, I can say to myself, wow, I'm sad. And you'll notice a little smile on my face because sadness is elusive. It doesn't stay. It's not this lip gloss is hard, right? Sadness comes and goes. So as I become aware of sadness, I can say, okay, this is sadness. How can I bring compassion to my feeling state? Anger. If I'm experiencing anger. And anger's a little different here, but every emotion has something to teach us, something to experience. Anger is helpful to say, what's not right here? We also use anger to keep safe. So for this teaching, it's about anger that isn't productive when we lash out. How can we experience feelings of anger Use the body to release the anger. In other videos, we talk about releasing the tension of anger out of our body and slowing our breath down, slowing our heart down so that we don't speak from anger and be hurtful. So thoughts, feelings, working with breath, body, and grounding so that I work with the emotion as I witness the anger. Again, if anger is a 10 out of 10, we're acting out. We want to begin to notice how anger shows up in our body so that we can pause, breathe, focus on the exhale. Long exhalation slows the nervous system down. And we can then say, what do I want to do with this anger that is coming from my best self? And these are, please guys, this is not easy, but I promise as we practice, it does get easier. Thoughts, feelings, and sensations. And we want to get to know what's happening in our body because the body is so informative. So if I get to know the precursor to dysregulation higher on the scale, I can work with skills. The skills of soothing, self-soothing emotions, challenging thoughts. So the teaching is, how can I become the observer of this moment and work toward grace? A follower asked about how do you know your truth? How do you come to know your truth? How do you come to know capital K? So I work with lowercase and uppercase letters as metaphor. So how do we come to know capital K anything is about this teaching? Because if I calm my nervous system down in the present moment, I can think clearly. And when I can think clearly, I can ask the difficult questions. What is my truth right now? How do I know what to do? So lowercase k, capital K is a journey. We don't know until we don't know everything. This is a daily practice. Always coming to know our truth. Always working toward capital K. I knew I wanted to do a teaching on Become the Observer. Capital K. This is like my 5th iteration. I'm hoping this one will work. I knew, so we can't know capital K unless we clear away the thoughts that are not true, the messages from others, old patterns. So the teaching here, my friends, is that how I'm showing up today in my truth is about me. Your judgment of me is on you. As I calm my nervous system down in the present moment, as I become the observer of this moment, I get to ask myself, what now? In compassion to feelings, clearing away thoughts. So what now for me was sharing a teaching on becoming the observer and how once I slow my nervous system down, I can come to know, capital K, this or that, yes or no, rest or work. Self-evaluation at any given moment means wanting to get this part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, online. So we have to work with overwhelm and bring it lower. We have to bring it down so that we can think more clearly and have compassion to any given moment. Okay, that's all the talking for today. Body work is in this present moment. It is breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, slowing down, orienting to the present moment. Here I am, I'm looking around, I'm safe, I'm okay. I'm noticing, looking out the window, blue sky, blue carpet, just noticing this moment. That helps us come to this moment. May becoming the observer for you help you slow down and access your best self. Hands together, and I'm raising my elbows. I heard a teaching that said if I bring my hands together in prayer, I'm bringing my thumbs to my sternum, it's really hard to be angry. Now, you're not going to do this in the middle of anger, But try it now. Just bring your hands together to your sternum. Drop your shoulders. I am okay. I am showing up the best I can. Deeply breathing into this present moment, becoming the observer of my experience. Namaste, my friends. The observer in me honors the observer in you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll do this again soon.